welcome as I share with you my study abroad experience. I went to the University of Sunshine Coast. It was an hour outside of Brisbane, Australia. University of Sunshine Coast had a beautiful campus with kangaroos hopping around like they had rooms. I got there just in time for orientation, and off the bat, I knew it was going to be fun and games because they literally had fun and games. I had a group of people that we hung out with. To be honest, I can count on one hand how many times we were sober. There was always a party or something to do, and you could say we were festive. You could say we were festive. These were my roommates. Brooke is missing, but Connie and Madeline, and yep, us pre-gaming. You would start at 5 or 6 p.m. and go until me in a toga for a toga party. One of my favorite things was how the carts in the grocery store went sideways. Out of all of the expensive liquor that I was taking pictures of to show how the prices were outrageous, there was this one drink called Goon, and it was a wine that would get you so messed up. I don't even know what percentage it was. But yeah, parties. I mean, we were always pre-gaming. These are people that I'm studying with, came with. That's Malulaba. It's the closest beach. We would take a bus, and you could get there in like 15-20 minutes. So when I was there, I got my first big piece. This is Annie getting her ink before I sit in the chair and get mine. We did it in 2 sessions, so we got lunch. That burger was bomb. But yeah, I'm a G. He did an awesome job. And I'm pretty sure I got dessert right after. Amazing place with funnel cakes and chocolate. I celebrated my birthday there. My roommate Conrad, so nice with the flowers and gifts. I did a back bend at the mall. And once again, partying, getting ready for the night. I am embarrassed to say about that night. I cannot taste this tequila. I had 11 shots. I was so messed up that I almost missed this trip to Byron Bay. And I would have hated to have missed it because it was such a dope, beachy like town. And we got to go to Cheeky Monkey, which was a bar that you got to paint, and they put the emphasis on the cheeks. Glow in the dark paint, drinks, music. It was just a vibe. I also got to skydive while I was there. It was a wild experience jumping at 14,000 feet. I will never forget the first 3 seconds of not even knowing which direction I was facing. But I had a great tandem jump guy. Didn't pee on him. This is just the beauty of our campus. It's a random morning. And the sunsets were phenomenal. Just never got tired of it. So another time we got to go to Noosa National Park, and it's this beachy town. I want to say, I don't even want to give a direction, but all I remember was Conrad was like, we're going to take this bus, and the bus would take us there. It's like an hour and 15-minute ride. And so we take the bus, get there, and there's this trail that you can walk on. And it's not just a walk, it's a hike. That you could hike alongside the beach. And so we're going up this hike, and the map shows they're long trails. It's a day trip situation. But the more you walk, the higher you get up, and the views are phenomenal. The water is crystal clear. The paths are pretty decent. And the elevation just reminds you that it's not a flat place. They have some mountain. It is not mountains, just hills. But yeah, great views. We we were finding all kind of life. I don't know what she found, but she was being all, I don't know. But yeah, just dope beachy vibes, nice scenes. There was this guy doing sand art, and it's like the calm raking, but he's doing it literally. But it was dope. So Connor was like, "All right, y'all, we gotta keep going. This ain't it." And we're like, "What? There's more." And so we keep hiking, and we get to the top. There's just different elevation points, and so just when you think you're at the peak of the view, there's an even greater view. And so I will definitely agree that this hike had all the scenes from different angles the further you go along the coast. So that was a group picture of us. I jumped a lot in this. And so Conrad told us we had finished the hike, but we have to go to this secluded area where water collects, and so the water is warmer than in the ocean. And so he had us rock climbing with no security, but it was dope. This nice little patch, beautiful views, and so Noosa it was a good time. So Dream World is another place that I was able to go to. It's a nice amusement park, bunch of rides, attractions, and just amusement, really. I got to pet a kangaroo. These were domesticated, and I like the ones on my campus. He really wasn't having it, but he let me rub him. I'm ashamed to say that they had a tiger that was drugged, so I actually got to pet a tiger. Probably the only time I'll be able to. This is the only footage I have of coming from class. This is the only. I barely remember going to class, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, but that's where I spent most of my time, on that balcony, hanging with Simi and her roommates, watching the sun rise and sunset. I remember sitting on that balcony for like 2 weeks in a row. So I traveled a lot while I was in Australia, and one of the times I went to Sydney, got to go see the Opera House, and it's a beautiful city. Me being silly. The Opera House, they give you on the tour, they give you a history of how it was constructed, the trials and tribulations that building went through to be designed. And so it was nice to hear what all it took for it to be built, and it was a whole lot of scheming going on in the process of building that building. I remember being like, "Oh, these are all the photos that we should have paid for that we did." Broke college students, take a picture of the picture. So after we took a tour of the Sydney Opera House, we went to go see a play, A Midsummer's Night Dream, and it was dope. I was like, "Oh, they're actually doing things." After the play, we got to hang out around the city a little bit more, walk around, see what's happening, go to the local shops. I learned that kangaroo hats don't ever crumble, they just fold up and pop out. And we got to go on a riverboat dinner cruise. I got to see a childhood friend who I hadn't seen in a minute, but he was studying there, so it was a great experience. Amazing views. The show wasn't that good, not gonna lie. And so this is me back at school, enjoying my last few moments. This was a dinner that we had leading up to us leaving, and it was just the time in which you had to say goodbye. We went to the beach that night and stayed up all night, just absorbing our last moments, taking in all that we could, and We stayed up till the sun rose. Well, I did. Simi passed out, so she was just more of an emotional support. But I got to clean out my room and turn in my keys, and before I knew it, I was heading back to the States. Be on the lookout for my other travel videos as I ventured to New Zealand and Thailand while I studied abroad in Australia.